I don't know about y'all, but I love the note of agarwood. I just love the smoky, intoxicating, slightly animalistic, woody quality to it. And while it is a nice change of scenery with this warm summer weather that we're getting lately, a lot of these heavy hitters are going to be sitting on my shelf. I'm not gonna be able to wear them for much longer, but I just discovered a brand new fragrance from a new fragrance house that I never talked about before, and we're gonna be checking it out because it is a summer oud fragrance. And boy, does this hit well above its price, and I cannot wait to get into this one. So stick around, make yourself comfortable, and let's get started. How's it going, everyone? It is Eli with Common Sense, and I am so glad that you're joining me. It's at the end of a nice long day. I got my coffee here. We're just making a video, and it's a good day to be alive. Now, I just picked up this fragrance, and I actually ordered this one from Fragrance Buy. So I buy a lot of my fragrances from Fragrance Buy, and this one happened to be on sale for $35. It looks like it retailed for 90 something, but this is the best price I've seen it ever. Mainly, you can see these floating around for about $40 to $50, but this one's 35. Today we're looking at Blu Oud by Ahmed Al Maghribi. I've been seeing some of their fragrances. This one is Blu Oud, and it's not to be confused with their blue fragrance. So that one is going to be a Bleu de Chanel clone. And this one, I'm not entirely sure what it's a clone of, or if it's going to be a, unique fragrance standing on its own. But I gotta say, this stuff, it's magical. This box has this sleeve to it that is definitely, it's basically the same size of the box, so it is nearly impossible to get out without ripping, and you really have to try hard to get it out of the box. You've got this very high quality rubberized box, very similar to the texture on the Lattafa Pride fragrance boxes, and you have this cool little plastic cutout right there where you can see the fragrance. I gotta say, the fragrance bottle is the star of the show. You have this really cool deep slate colored bottle. It's frosted on the glass, and you also have this engraved look in the front where it says Blu Oud. And honestly, I feel like this bottle is sort of bordering niche territory. If you look at the glass cut out bottle, it definitely looks really high quality, and ooh, almost dropped that. And on the back, you have this beautiful detailing. It's almost like ivy or some sort of leaves. I think it's cypress leaves actually, because that's one of the main notes in here, but it's got this beautiful detailing on the outside, and it really adds to the ornate look of this bottle. Let's do a quick atomizer check. Ooh. Nice and pressurized with a blast of mist and beautiful fragrance aroma in the air. And I gotta say, this smells so fruity and just fresh, and at the same time very smoky and woody. So in the opening, it has a blast of bergamot, cypress, and leather. So the bergamot is really gonna shine, but I feel like there's also some other fruit punch notes in here that definitely give off a nice fruity summer tropical vibes. And you also have some cypress and leather, so that combination makes it smell very animalistic and slightly dusty. So the cypress gives off a little bit of a piney, woody quality, so a little bit forest-like, just a tiny touch of that. But the leather really does shine at the top as well, because it's very animalistic and kind of adds some weight to the fruitiness. Now, there is another Middle Eastern fragrance that I bought maybe about a year and a half ago, and it smells very similar in the opening, and it's similar to Nassim's Talji Aqua perfume. So this one is actually an aqua-based perfume. There's no alcohol, but this one is very animalistic. It is leathery, and it has a little bit of fruity touch in it, but just immediately when I sprayed it, that's kind of when I was getting that nice, dense leather and fruit. It's really interesting what's going on here, because it smells dense, smoky, but it's also fruity and fresh with a little bit of an aquatic take. So I feel like this one is definitely a versatile oud fragrance. So if you're looking for something that's gonna have that nice smoky agarwood in the base with maybe some muskiness, it's going to definitely do that, but also scratch off some of your boxes, maybe tick some of those areas that you're trying to just appeal all of the senses and all of the kind of things that you want in a fragrance. At least it does for me, because that's just, this is mind-blowing. So while those kind of waxy florals definitely add a nice floral quality to this, it doesn't smell overly floral. It's not gonna smell super feminine, but I would say if you are a woman or somebody who just loves leather and fruity notes, I think you're gonna like this one. Now, fragrance tastes are definitely subjective, so just based off of my taste, this definitely is something that I would pick up and be proud to wear. Once this starts to settle down and you lose a little bit of the floral notes from the violet and everything, it definitely definitely adopts some of those dark, smoky notes and accords because there's a ton of patchouli, musk, agarwood, and some gaiac wood in here. So it's going to smell very oudi, it's going to smell smoky, but you do have a lot of that leather and some of the fruit, kind of those red fruit punch notes from the top, but they're a little bit more subdued and it just becomes a sultry, musky leather. So it's very, very intense and very interesting. I actually quite like the leather, the oud, and the musk in this because it almost has a salty, dark leather and it reminds me of just a nice leather jacket. The agarwood here doesn't smell fecal or anything like that, so you're not going to smell like a barnyard oud. It's going to be just slightly animalistic combined with that leather, and you are going to have a little bit of animalic vibes, but not nearly anything like some of the real hardcore, you know, oud and agarwood niche or Middle Eastern fragrances that are out there. It also has a nice spice in there. I'm not quite sure what's doing it, but it definitely reminds me a little bit of Initio's Oud for Greatness. But if you're a leather lover and want something with a little bit of a fresh, fruity twist to it, I think this is going to be it for the summer. I want to say I get really strong projection for about 3 hours or so, and then by about 8 hours, you really have to sniff your arm or get close to the skin to smell it. So about 8 hours of longevity, but I just wish that that fruitiness stuck around a little bit longer in the opening because it really is intoxicating when you first spray it. But that smoky, musky dry down definitely is, it is pleasing. So every step of the way when it transitions from fruity to musky to that kind of dark leather and agarwood, I think there's going to be something for somebody out there. This one really did catch me by surprise because blue and oud, those two really don't go together in my mind, and I don't have a lot of fragrances that pull it off properly where it kind of combines the freshness with the oud, but I think this definitely does that. I've been wearing this one all week and I'm going to keep doing so because this is probably one of my new favorite oud fragrances, especially for the summer. And that one is Ahmed Al Maghribi's Blue Oud. All in all, I do love the quality of this fragrance. It smells very niche quality, and if you would spray this on skin or give this to me and didn't tell me the price of it, I would estimate that it would be definitely over the $100 mark. So I think if you get this one for that under $40 mark or under $50 mark, I think you've struck gold. There's also another fragrance out called Summer Oud, which I'm really interested in trying. So let me know in the comments if you want me to get any more fragrances by Ahmed, and let me know your experiences if you've tried this fragrance before. But again, you can get it for $35 for whoever knows how long they're gonna have it in stock from Fragrance Buy. So check this one out because it really is a nice summer oud fragrance. That does it for today's video. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you have an amazing week, an amazing weekend, or whenever this video comes out, and I'll see you guys in the next time. I'm Eli with Common Sense, and until the next time, bye-bye.